Jarrett, looking at the film from Stanford, what was the biggest thing that stood out to you that the offense needs to do to...
Well, just execute. We had pre-snap penalties we have to eliminate, and we had some holding penalties that caused us not to convert third down, and then we had a couple drop passes, poorly located balls. So it's just really each position not executing the way they're capable of, and also coupled with Stanford is a good defense and they have a good package and good players. We just need to execute better.
How was the conversation with the team after that loss? What would you tell them?
Well, you got to learn from it, but then you got to move on because the clock never stops. All right, the next game is coming, the next play is coming, the next practice is coming, and so the great cliche of the 24-hour rule is in place. All right, I kept telling the guys, who did we play Saturday? I can't remember. We're on to Cal.
And now that you guys are on to Cal, they have the worst defense in the Pac-12. I mean, they're number 12 out of 12, I should say. Is that encouraging to you guys at all to know that the offense is going up a rather weak defense?
Well, we respect all defenses because if they put 11 guys out there and you don't block the 3 technique, he's going to make the tackle. This is the Pac-12, so we have to execute. They make some plays. They have some good players. The message this week is it's not about them, it's about us. It's always about us and how we play.
Being, with that message about us, passing game was one of the things that just wasn't really there against Stanford. In your eyes, what went wrong and what needs to change against Cal?
Well, we had a hard time blocking them, and it was mainly because of some assignment errors. All right, and then when we did block them, we didn't locate the ball the way we should, and then when we located the ball and protected, we didn't make the catch. So that was a lot of the reason why we didn't convert on third down or have success in the passing game. So we give Stanford credit. They do a good job. They got good players and a good scheme, but if we merely execute, it's a different game.
Coach, obviously football is the ultimate team game, but a lot of people like to look at the quarterback. Sean struggled the last couple games. What kind of conversations do you have with Sean after, I know you're moving on, but after he struggled the last couple weeks, how do you kind of encourage him to keep going out there and doing his thing?
Well, I don't view it as struggling. It just, some of the stats weren't there, and a couple plays here and there, and you're looking at much better stats just because of not executing. So he's reading the plays correctly. He's moving in the pocket, extending plays. But it was a tough day when he got knocked around and was under duress. But the message is just keep fighting. Have tremendous confidence in your team. Lead the team and let it rip.
Coach, Sean always talks about playing faster, getting the ball out of his hands faster. And obviously he wants to do that. You and him kind of have to be on the same page, right? Whether it's hot routes or quick reads or whatever. How do you kind of find that balance where if you're going to get pressure, he get rid of it based on your play call, right?
Well, it's all just built into the read and the installation of the play. So he knows when he has protection and when he can hold it. He knows when he has to get it out when we have less blockers. And, those adjustments need to be made. And we've been in sync with that, with the receivers and him. So no issues with that. It's just, we got to execute.
And Coach, as you go ahead, Chris.
Run game only 12 net yards against Stanford. I mean, that was one of the glaring statistics coming out of that game. What are you seeing any improvement in practice, or what changes have you guys made?
Well, you always want to be balanced. You want to run the ball well. You want to throw it well. The problem is the events of the game dictate that. We got down so quickly, so the events say you can't always run it, all right, because you're eventually going to run out of time, and you need to throw it a little bit more to score points. So the events of the game really dictated it, and obviously we didn't run it as much because we were behind.
Coach, what do you learn from Oregon? Obviously put up a lot of points against Cal. What do you learn from that film once you start looking at it and how you would go about attacking these guys?
Well, they have a different system than us. So we do what we do, and we look at the tape of Cal and try to exploit what they do and attack the coverages and attack the front in the run game, make sure we're sound in protection. So we don't steal plays or anything like that. We just execute what we do and get to the right stuff.
Offensive line shuffled once again this season, so it has to be good that there's some versatility in depth up there. But how confident are you in their ability to block with yet another new set of guys up there?
Well, I'm confident because the way they've worked all year from training camp. The message has been from the beginning, you're a sprained ankle away from 40 plays, so you got to be ready. And it's the old adage, next man in, and that's what we need to do. And if they're learning the system and they're ready to play, it should be just an extension of practice. And you put the next guy in, and you block him up, and away we go.
Finally, the overall mood of this team right now after such a crushing loss at Stanford.
Well, it hasn't shaken our confidence. The message is dig your cleats in, or set your jaw, and just move on. All right? We took a blow. All right? You got to come back. There's adversity in life. Okay? You just got to press on and keep going. And that's the message: is just get back to work. Let's get back and executing good ball plays and just putting them one after another, and then we'll have a great game, a successful game.